Welcome to The Property Code. I am Nick, and today we are unpacking a question that drives more Google searches than almost any other in the housing world: how to start buying rental properties. In 2025, the interest has exploded. People type how to buy your first rental, how to start investing in rental property, best cities for landlords, DSCR loans explained, and how much money do I need to buy a rental. The common thread is not greed, it is independence. People want income they can touch, security that survives a layoff, and a path to ownership that does not require luck. Let me introduce you to someone who figured it out step by step. Her name is Jasmine. She is a 32-year-old teacher in Tampa. In early 2024, she told herself that by next year she would stop renting her life away and own one property that could pay for itself. She had no rich relatives, no partners, no miracle inheritance, just an ordinary salary, some savings, and a stubborn desire to build a new future. Her journey began with clarity, not cash. She spent one weekend building what she called her freedom sheet. It had 3 columns: what she earned, what she spent, and what she could redirect toward a down payment. The number was smaller than she hoped, but seeing it gave her power. She realized that her real advantage was time. Even one small property could become the foundation of something bigger if she stayed patient. She began by learning the language of real estate investing. Every industry has its grammar, and rental property is no different. She learned what debt service coverage ratio means, how to calculate net operating income, and why cash-on-cash return matters more than appreciation dreams. The first rule she absorbed was this: the best rental property is the one that works on day one. If the numbers only make sense after imaginary rent hikes or future flips, it is not investing, it is hoping. By spring, she met a local lender who specialized in DSCR loans, debt service coverage ratio loans that base approval on the property's projected rent rather than her personal income. This was a game changer for first-time investors in 2025. Lenders no longer looked only at pay stubs, they looked at performance. Jasmine ran numbers on several small properties until she found one that made sense: a 2-bedroom single-family home near the hospital district priced around $280,000. The rent estimate from similar homes was roughly $2,400 per month, enough to cover the mortgage, taxes, and insurance with a small cushion. She made an offer and negotiated hard. The seller, who had held the property as a short-term rental, wanted out after new local regulations capped nightly stays. Jasmine used that pressure to request a closing credit equal to 2% of the purchase price. She applied it toward a permanent rate buydown, lowering her monthly payment for the life of the loan. That single move saved her more than $100 every month and made the deal cash flow positive from the start. Buying a rental in 2025 means thinking beyond the purchase price. Insurance premiums have climbed nationwide, property taxes shift annually, and maintenance costs can bite into profits fast. Jasmine created what she called her peace account, a small reserve that covered 3 months of expenses. It meant fewer sleepless nights and no panic when the water heater failed in October. She also embraced technology. The same tools that make shopping easy now make managing simple. She used a property management platform that automated rent collection, maintenance requests, and late notices. Her tenant could pay online, track receipts, and even request repairs with photos. The system connected directly to her bookkeeping app, so she always knew her income and expenses in real time. For less than $20 a month, her operation looked professional and ran smooth. The property began paying for itself immediately. After the mortgage, insurance, and maintenance fund, she cleared about $200 a month in profit. Modest, yes, but every payment also reduced principal and increased her equity. Over time, that combination of income and loan reduction turned into real wealth. She realized that owning rental property is not about hitting home runs, it is about stacking singles until you win the game. As she gained confidence, she looked for her next deal. Instead of hunting blindly, she used data. In 2025, artificial intelligence-powered tools now analyze rental demand, neighborhood growth, and local employment data in minutes. She learned to look for three signals: stable job centers, reasonable landlord laws, and insurance rates that did not destroy cash flow. Her next target city was Jacksonville, still affordable, full of logistics jobs, and offering solid mid-term rental demand from travel nurses and engineers. She used creative financing to grow. Refinancing her first property after a year of rent history gave her access to new equity, which she used as the down payment for the next purchase. She also partnered with a friend, offering to handle property management and accounting in exchange for a smaller share of profits. Collaboration became her accelerator. In real estate, who you know can multiply what you own. Jasmine learned to think like an asset manager, not a hobbyist. She tracked occupancy rates, maintenance cycles, and tenant satisfaction. She knew that keeping good tenants was more profitable than chasing new ones. She upgraded lighting, added energy-efficient appliances, and allowed pets with a reasonable fee. Those small touches reduced turnover and improved her return on investment. She was not flipping houses for applause. She was building quiet, recurring stability. The broader trends of 2025 favor people like her. Institutional investors are pulling back from small residential markets, leaving space for individual buyers. Builders are finishing affordable single-family homes in emerging metros, often with warranties and energy-efficient designs that reduce long-term maintenance. Lenders continue to refine programs for small investors, including renovation loans that roll upgrade costs into the mortgage. Combined, those forces make this one of the best windows in recent memory for ordinary Americans to start owning income property. She also noticed something deeper. Rental investing in this era is not just about financial freedom, it is about community stability. Every well-managed rental means one family with a safe, predictable home. Every local investor means one more property that stays cared for instead of neglected by absentee corporations. In her neighborhood, people began recognizing her as the owner who responded quickly and treated tenants fairly. That reputation became her competitive edge. A year later, Jasmine owned 2 properties, managed 3 others for friends, and was saving for a small duplex. Her portfolio was not enormous, but it worked. She no longer feared layoffs or surprise bills. Her rentals paid the difference between survival and progress. When people asked how she started, she smiled and said, "By doing one small deal that made sense." If you are listening to this and wondering how to start buying rental properties, remember this: you do not need to predict the market. You need to participate in it. Start small, learn fast, and protect your reserves. Understand that the first property teaches you more than 100 books ever could. Find a lender who works with investors, calculate your numbers honestly, and do not chase perfection. The biggest mistake is waiting for certainty, because certainty never comes. The landscape in 2025 rewards the prepared, not the privileged. Technology makes analysis faster, financing options are more flexible, and education is free for those who seek it. What matters is your willingness to move from research to reality. By the end of her second year, Jasmine was earning an extra $10,000 a year in net rental income. Her credit score had improved and her confidence was unrecognizable. She still worked full-time, but now her paycheck was a choice, not a leash. She had built her safety net, brick by brick, tenant by tenant, lesson by lesson. Owning rentals will not make you rich overnight, but it will make you resilient forever. The rent checks are just numbers. The real wealth is control over your own life.